Jay Leno in Los Angeles, and Jay has been so wonderful throughout the years. He is our ambassador of any automobile. I don't care what you have. This is, 40 years ago, it was Bill Hara. It was Bob Peterson. It was great General Lyon. These were great people who kept these alive. But as kids, they come out. And one of them, being one of the greatest kids ever, is Jay Leno. So I'm going to ask Jay some crazy questions.
All right, go ahead.
Jay, how is this possible that you have maintained this love affair with Packards, but cars?
Well, I grew up in a rural area in New England, and when I was a kid, there were broken snowmobiles and there were cars abandoned in the fields. I remember when we were kids, there was an old Mack truck they just dumped off somewhere, Uh, People forget you could buy cars for $25, $50, even Model Ts for just a couple of $100. So it's not like Europe where the automobile was, oh my God, there's something of the rich, In America, it was pretty egalitarian thanks to Henry Ford. So cars were regularly available, and as a youngster, you could buy that kind of stuff secondhand and drive around a field. We had 3 acres where I lived, and my mom would wash dishes and watch from the kitchen window, and I remember we found an old Renault 4CV, and we were 12 years old. We got it running. We just drove around the backyard. And of course, now the parents would be arrested and you'd be put in foster care. But back then, it was not unusual that a boy would have an interest in that type of thing. It's funny. I have a friend of mine who collects Maytag washing machine motors from like 1900 to like 1908. Because that was the era when the engine was right next to the agitator. And because it was visible, it had a lot of nickel, it had a lot of chrome, and when you started it, you'd see the little pieces move. It was just fascinating to watch. And then somebody decided it'd be a lot cheaper to just make a box, put another big white box over it, and you didn't have to chrome it or polish it or make it stainless steel. It just had to run. So consequently, the interest in collecting washing machine motors was really no interest at all, because in the early days, it was like the back of a watch. All these little things would move intricately, And it's the same thing sort of with cars. Cars were simple enough back in the day, like with Henry Ford's day, that the average person could take it apart and put it back together again. And the amount of satisfaction you get from doing that. I noticed when I was a kid, if I could fix something that was broken and get it to run, I treat it a lot better than something that I just got for free, So I guess that was sort of the difference.